Welcome, welcome everyone. Let me know where you're joining from. I love talking about this topic. So let's jump in. If you're here, you might be thinking, I keep waiting on recruiters for my next contract, and it feels like I have no control. And I put these thoughts together because those were my thoughts when I had to depend on recruiters. If you feel like everything is out of your control, you left your comfortable employment career and then you jump into becoming a consultant, and now someone else is your boss. We don't want our contract, our work, our business, because this is a business. Quite often, I see consultants, they're just treating it as a glorified employment. No, sir, you are a business owner. Let's treat it as that. Let's remove the middle person from there and talk directly to these leaders that hire us. So, next, even though I am great at what I do, I struggle to sell myself and my services. Yep. That was me. I had 10 years of experience before becoming a consultant, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, I'm a BA." All I knew what to say was my job title, not the outcome, and we're gonna change that. It's the learning process. So, I don't know how to translate my experience into offers. Yep, that was me, and offers is the name of the game because all of our experiences that we have, there's something valuable that we bring to organizations. That's why we still have jobs. That's why they're still hiring IT professionals. If you're a BA, you're a developer, you're quality assurance, anything in that ballpark, because we provide a value to them. Most of the leads I get, if you're a business owner, or agency builder right now, they either are not qualified or cannot afford my rate. When I have a lead's attention, I don't know how to close the deal. Yep, that was me. And closing a deal means just having a conversation with that person and selling them. And we know so well our expertise, but when it comes to selling or talking about how someone can sign a contract with us, like we freeze up. And I'm going to show you through our time together today that once you have the right mindset and how to present it to your customers, it becomes effortless. Like, it doesn't feel like sales because you're just providing them that value that they're already looking for. I don't want to rely on job postings forever. Like, seriously, we talked about these fake job posting. That's what they're doing out here. How can you have a job posting that's been out for 1 hour and you're telling me over 100 people applied? But yet it keep getting refreshed. Like, they keep reposting it. Something's going on out here. I want leads to trust me and see me as credible before we even meet. Yep, that is me right now and always. Because the quickest people to buy your products are people who already know you, to buy your services. You wanna be at the top of mind for your ideal customers. So we're going to cover that today as well. I want to be the first person people think about when they're looking for a solution I offer. Yep, that is me. Similar to the last one, we want people to know us and see us as that person. Hey, I need someone for technology transformation, my organization, IT consultant, staffing placement. Let them think about me. Yeah, I want to be right there so they can think about me all the time. I want consistent income without chasing or burning out. Yep, that is me. And then here's the thing, we all are hearing about AI in our industry, and AI is here and it's current. You should not be afraid of it. But what you should know that is AI can do things faster than we can ever do, such as doing documentation, right? Doing faster reportings, things that I had to do manually back in the day where I had to write my user stories and such things for development projects. AI can help me do that faster, but AI cannot take away my expertise, my positioning, and my critical thinking. And that's why it's so important as IT consultants right now. We know how to position ourselves so that we ride that wave of AI. AI can take away the bottom parts of our tactical work, but it cannot take away our strategic outcomes. So it's so important that we position ourselves in this day and era. And that's why I'm here to talk to you all about. Because all of the competitors out there, they can do things faster with AI. Like Anybody, right? They can use AI to start a new business, but what they don't have is the years of experience we have in enterprise, in working with businesses, to be able to sit with a user and identify clearly where their pinpoint is, even though they're saying something else. Because we know that when people say they don't like something or they don't like a certain feature, there's an underlying reason in that. And that's where your expertise are as an IT consultant. So all of this comes down to one thing, not more applications you need to put out there, but how you position yourself in the marketplace so that your ideal customers can see you and hire you. I am not here to convince you. I'm here to share with you a system, strategies, and stories so that you can clearly see and make the right decision for yourself and your business. The real reason you are not getting consistent clients, like we talked about, is not your skills. It's not the market. We hear this all the time. Oh, the market is so tough. Oh, this is going on. Yes, we're in a technology shift, but we've been there before, right? Every couple of years, there's new things that we need to learn. There's new certifications, be in the tech world, that we've had to do. So this isn't anything new. No one taught you how to position yourself as the solution that clients are already looking for. So today we're going to fix that using the magnetic consulting method. Tonight, I'm going to walk you through positioning, offer, attract, and convert. So, we're going to talk about how to clearly position yourself, the problem you solve, and what makes you the obvious choice. And I'll take you through how to package that expertise, how to attract the right decision makers and become visible in the right environment that they are in, and how to take the interest into signed contracts. Again, these strategies and frameworks I'm going to share today have been used by consultants across various industries, generating millions in direct contracts. So tonight, let's just jump right into it so that you can apply it to your business. But first, why should you listen to me? Who am I? So my name is Edith Marrab. I was born in Monrovia, Liberia, and I came to the US at the age of 9, leaving my mom and family behind. I come from a very big family. And coming to the US is learning a new culture, learning how to speak a new language in a way with a different accent was tough, you know? But I went through it. I graduated in 2012 with my degree in psychology and biology as a single mom. And then in the same year, I was reunited with my mom after 18 years of being apart. And later, I went ahead and received my master's in information systems. So if you can see in these two pictures, literally they were taken days apart. My mom came, this is her and I at the airport when I met her in 2012. And then this is me graduating on my graduation day with my bachelor's degree with my little girl. I worked in tech for 10 years. I've always been business minded. So I launched a few businesses. Some of them failed, some of them did a little well, you know what I mean? And then I got married, and now we're a family of 5. I made the leap in 2022 to a full-time independent consultant. And for the first 6 to 12 months, job postings and recruiters own me. Oh, thank you, Thea. Our interview guys right now feeling that. Are you feeling that job postings and recruiters are owning you right now? They're owning every aspect of your career, of your business. Yes. And that's how I felt. So I went on a journey. I started looking, asking, talking to whoever that would give me the time of the day. How are recruiters getting to know these companies? How are these consulting firms getting leaders to come to them? Because here's the truth. By the time jobs are posted out there, there's many conversations that happen. And you wanna be at the table with those leaders. They're telling you, "Oh, we're having this new initiative coming up in 6 months, in 1 year." You wanna be in that relationship with them so that you're the first person that they contact when they know that they need your solution. And that's what happened. That's what changed. I went from just saying I'm a business analyst, where when I'm talking to people and they kinda look sideways, like, "What does that really mean?" Being a BA is just a title. What outcome can you provide? To learning how to position myself. and not networking, not posting, but positioning what I do well. And here's the thing, there's something unexpected happened after a few months. This is exactly how I position myself. Before, I was an invisible consultant. I was a business analyst, agile scrum, available for work. And you'll have this on your LinkedIn right now, guys. Like I see this all the time. And if you have it, no shame, right? But that's why we're here to update that. What you need to do is position yourself in a way where you are talking to your ideal customers. And this is what I did back then. I said I specialize in complex legacy system analysis and stakeholder alignment for large scale technology transition, where I save organizations $3.5 million in operational costs. That caught the attention of my deal customer. And I received an email to sign a contract with them. And here's the thing, this was a governmental contract. If any of you guys have ever worked with government, healthcare, or any of those organizations that have policies and stuff to work with them, you know that it's not easy. You need to be on a list, you need to do a RFP, you need to do all of these things. But because of my positioning and my expertise and the relationship I built, I was able to bypass all of that. Again, positioning did not just help me get the contract, it changed the rules of how contract was awarded for my situation. And that's what I'm here to teach you guys tonight. The question isn't whether you have value, because you do. You have years of experience. The question is whether the right people can see it clearly enough. That you're not drowning in all of the people, all of the resumes that are out there, all of the LinkedIn positioning taglines, that you don't just have anything generic out there. But tonight is not about me, it's about y'all. And I can't wait to dive into these strategies. Are you ready, y'all? Say, I am ready. Yes, I am ready. Let's see that. Let's go, guys. I love the energy. Let's keep it coming. And I want to just make it clear here, too, because often a lot of people come to my master classes, and then I get some people that are like, well, this is not a shortcut system. I'm just going to put it out there. It took you years to get your degree. It takes you time to get your certifications, time and money. Your skills are already worth a premium rate. So now you need the system to provide that. So there's no get rich scheme. There's no shortcut, but you have to do the work. And if you do the work, you'll see results. So tonight I'm going to show you exactly how to attract high value IT clients and build instant authority without chasing the job boards or recruiters. So there are three ways that consultants can get clients. The first path is the manual path. We just talked about it. We talked about recruiters, referral networks, subcontracting, applying for roles. Those are like your first step in the door. They will get you results, but they're not predictable. And you're depending on somebody else's time. And this is this one-to-one conversation, right? You can only be at one place at a time. If you go to a networking event, you're only there one at a time. The second path is the hybrid path. And I tell all consultants to start here if you're starting off. This is where you start outreaching to individuals. You start positioning yourself clearly, like I talked about, and I'm going to get into more details later. You start having conversations with leaders, guys. If all of your conversation is with a recruiter, friend, we need to change that, because recruiters can get you started. Yes, you need work, you need to pay your bills, but you need to have real conversations with people that have the budget to hire you directly. They're not taking 30 to 50% of what you make. That's what recruiters do, guys. They literally take a percentage of your income. Like, why are we giving that up? Why? Like, if you don't want 30 to 50%, like, send that to me. I got 3 kids that I need to feed, right? So start having conversation and start being visible where these people are. And then leveraging your existing network. This is where most of you guys should start first. And the third path is setting up your authority where you're able to scale. This is where you start sharing your intellectual property, your knowledge. You have content, you have articles. And then you start getting inbound leads. People literally seek you out. They send you an email, they book a call on your calendar, they send you a DM, whatever way that you put out there that they can communicate with you, they start coming to you because they know that you are that authority in the space. Wouldn't it be great for you to be that authority? Put authority in the chat. That is the easiest way to do business. And I keep looking this way because my chat is that way. So if y'all was wondering. So authority in the chat. Yes. Because once you're the authority, people just know you, they come to you. How many authorities do we know in the industry, right? When you think about Apple, who do you think about? Steve Jobs, right? Like you want to be the authority in your space. You might not be like high level, all these huge people names that I'm calling, but in the space that you are in, so people recognize you and know that you can solve that problem. And that's the one to many relationship that I'm talking about. This is you. And based on your expertise and the value you put out there, the community value that you put out there, people know you and they can seek you out. And that's the pipeline. But how do you go from a known consultant to a recognized authority so that your ideal clients come to you first, right? And this is the magnetic consulting method. So let's just jump right into positioning. So most consultants are invisible, and here's why. And I want to tell you a story about famous violinist. His name is Joshua Bell. In 2007, he dressed up just like a normal average guy, took his over $3 million violin into a subway and started playing it. And most people just walked past him. They tried to curve and not really pay attention to him, thought he was probably homeless or stuff like that. And over 45 minutes, he collected $32. People just ignored him. But little did they know that he was a famous violinist, like I said. His violin alone was over $3 million. A couple of days before, he sold out an arena where his average ticket was over $100, right? This is where it comes in when it's positioning. Most of you might be Joshua at the subway right now. You have the expertise, but people are overlooking you because they cannot see you. They cannot see you clearly of the value that you provide. So instead of us being generic on LinkedIn right now, like write this down, guys, because we're going to talk about LinkedIn because this is where we need to be as IT consultant. We've used it over the years just to apply for work, but it wasn't meant for that. And I'm going to get into more stats later on how to do that. But write it down, update your LinkedIn to a value proposition. You're telling your ideal customers, hey, this is what I can do for you. You're calling them out and let them come to your page and then contact you and engage with you. I know it sounds like, oh my gosh, people do that. Yes. That's how I grow my business. Yes. People come to your LinkedIn and contact you and engage with you. And of course, you can use AI to extract that information. I'm going to give you an AI prompt that will help you identify that so that you are putting out the right information on your LinkedIn. So use your LinkedIn as your website if you don't have one. Why not? It's out there, it's free marketing. Make sure you update your banner. I see this so often, guys. Do not just put a generic photo on your banner. And that says nothing to your ideal customer. Remember everything that we do as business owner, because you are a business owner, y'all. You are speaking to your ideal customers. You're not speaking to yourself. Because if you speak to yourself, then are you hiring yourself? Like, that's the question you should ask yourself. What message am I putting out there? Am I just saying I'm a BA, I'm a project manager, I'm a developer? Any of those generic terms where your ideal customers, leaders, directors, to look at that, they're just like, oh, okay, she's a BA. Can she help me with my AI transformation project? Or I have a lot of legacy application. I have a huge grant where I need to do lifecycle management. Can this person help me with it? That's the language you need to speak on your LinkedIn profile. So update your banner, update your tagline here, your feature section, put a link in there where people can connect with you. If it's through booking a call with you, put that there. And then write your about session. It tells your story, but it also speaks to your ideal customer of how you can help them. Create your company page. And this is so important because I see this all the time. Like, you are a business owner, put your company page right there. Create it, even if it's your name right now. You don't have to be legally registered to have a company page on LinkedIn. And put information about what you do at your company on your profile as your experience, right? So here's how you can get the positioning prompt. My team, we're going to put a link in the chat right now, and it's to a Facebook post. And I want you to go there and put AI positioning prompt, and we're going to send that directly to your inbox. And this is not generic. It will help you pull out your story, your expertise. You just talk to it, and then it will help you write your positioning statement on LinkedIn. So just a pointer out there. You don't have to do it that way, but that's how I like using my AI prompt. So we talked about stage one, your magnetic consultant positioning. Now let's get into how to put together your premium offer. Because quite often we have all of the experience, but we don't know how to put our offer together. Let's go. We see Adams. Y'all still here with me? Let's see offer in the chat. So, why do people buy premium? And let's look at this. Why did Apple sell a $499 iPhone in 2007 when you could get a phone for free? It wasn't an iPhone, right? Because Apple identified that they were not just selling a product or service, they were providing an experience for the customer. And this is the same mindset I want you guys to have when you put together your offer. It has to be a package experience. You're not just on a project providing BA expertise. No, what are you doing for that customer? Are you saving them money? Maybe a project that you're on and you are helping them transition from paper checks to direct deposit. An average paper check is $10 to about $30. So you need to identify that map for your customer in the package that you're giving them. So within 1 month, I can help you save maybe $70,000, depending on how many people that they are onboarding onto direct deposit. See what I mean? Like, when it comes to positioning your offer so that it's premium to your ideal customers. Because leaders want to know what you're doing for them. They don't want to know all the tactical things. They're looking at budget. They're looking at strategic initiatives for this year, next year, 5 years from now. And that's how you should speak to them when you're positioning yourself. So back to the Apple story, they were able to sell people a $499 iPhone, right? People slept aside. They waited for this iPhone to come out because of the experience, down to how Apple is designed. We all know I'm an iPhone user. I love it. To the tissue that's around the phone, to the white sleek box. Everything was so beautiful and premium. And that's the package we put around our offer. Next, I'm going to show you a few examples of how you can put together your offer. But when you're thinking about your offer, think of it in this pyramid. We have information at the bottom where, oh, I can do this for you as a BA. This is typically our job title that we're selling. And you may get many clients, but the price is low. And then you provide an offer where you're giving them feedback. You do something, you give them feedback on it, or they can come to you for feedback on a certain project or initiative that they're thinking about because you're their expert in that field. And then at the top is implementation and results. For an IT consultant that is an independent implementation consultant, this is how you could potentially package your expertise. If you're on this call and this resonate with you, take a screenshot. Think about how this resonate with your offers that you currently have or how you can put it together. I help companies implement and optimize their system. If you're working hourly, sometimes you have to do it that way, even though you have your offer together. You could charge anywhere from $125 to $150 an hour. Guys, this is a typical engagement for an IT consultant. Let me just be clear. It doesn't matter how much you're getting paid. If a consulting agency, a staffing agency is paying you $60 $90. Like typically, somebody's paying them that much and they're giving you only 60. That's why I'm so passionate about teaching this. Like you can get that client directly. You just need to build that relationship and it's easier than you think. The next level of your offer is that you can charge 7,500 to $10,000 for a project. I help mid-sized companies implement new systems and processes in 90 days. So they pay for your outcome. You have a clear scope and deadline, enterprise and mid-market clients, and then your limited leverage. So the reason why this is clear, because if there is scope creep, which there is in every project, then that customer know that if they want you to do more things, it's easy. You just send them an invoice, right? It's just clear. It protects you and it protects the work that you are providing to your ideal customer. And this is a monthly retainer. You set up a retainer with your ideal customer and they pay you $8,000 a month. They can come to you a couple of times a month, ask you questions. I serve as the embedded implementation advisor for growing companies navigating digital transformation, right? And then this is how it looks like as you're growing a boutique consulting agency. And this is where I'm at. I play in both fields. You are able to provide staff augmentation instead of always placing yourself on roles. Now you have other people you can place. You have the project engagement and then you have the retainer engagement. Now I've just walked you through how to put your offer together. Does that make sense to y'all? Are y'all seeing this? I see you, Adam. Thank you for the energy. Are y'all seeing how to position yourself and put together your offer tonight? Awesome. So the next part now is how to attract clients to you. And this is so critical because what you're doing right now is chasing recruiters. They may see your LinkedIn and say, you may qualify for this role, but what do? You have to apply. You have to meet with them or the AI recruiter. You have to go through a couple of interviews, and it's just a long process for another job interview instead of getting clients directly and building a pipeline. Once you get clients directly, those clients are yours for life because budget goes up and down. If you did one work for a client, guess what? They don't have that need right now. They're going to come back to you within 6 months, within a year. That's how you have a continuously flowing pipeline for your business. Clients come to you. And the best place for you to position yourself is LinkedIn. Let's talk about it right now. LinkedIn is not about the size of the platform. It is the quality of users on there. On LinkedIn every day, 134 million users logged in. 60 million users are decision makers. These are people that make decisions about hiring you, being able to balance the budget. They have budget authority. 10 million are C-suite executives. And LinkedIn converts at 2 times the rate of any other platform. That's why we use it for applying for jobs, but we're using it in the wrong pattern. We're just attracting recruiters. We need to attract these leaders. These are some of the example leaders that I am currently connected with. LinkedIn is the only platform right now that lets professionals generate massive visibility, guys. You don't have to post every day, multiple times a day. You don't have to send thousands of DMs. You don't even have to show your face on video. And you don't have to spend money on ads or even have a website. On one post with 4 likes, 200 impressions could land on the feed of an IT director. Attract a comment from your ideal consulting client, and then get a director to visit your profile and book a call. I'm listing this out, guys, and you're like, is that possible? Yes, it happened to me. I don't have a lot of followers. Like, y'all can go check out my LinkedIn. I think right now I'm at 3,000 followers, and I've been growing my business on LinkedIn since I had like 500 or just less. And LinkedIn is not just content. LinkedIn data is a client database, it's a positioning platform, it's a visibility engine. Most people use LinkedIn wrong. They treat it like a social media or a job board instead of a pipeline. And most times with IT consultants, they're just like, you guys are on the call, you can let me know in the chat. They're just like, do I have to share information? Do I have to post? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. If you want to get clients, if you want to keep depending on recruiters, then don't do it. But in this day and age, people need to know you. And it's not hard. You write all the time. You've wrote like our whole life. We are taught how to write in school, but especially as the IT professional, we're building requirement documentations. We are sending emails to leaders in organization. Like all of these things, we do it already. All you're doing now is putting yourself out there on LinkedIn so that everyone else can see your expertise. So I want to share with you the three types of content that LinkedIn rewards. Take a screenshot. And I know this is also in your workbook as well. So, one, your personal story. Share your journey with people, lessons learned, turning points. People connect with people before they connect with your expertise. They want to see themselves in your story. And everything about business is relationship. Everything about life is relationship. And I just want that to sink in for a little bit for you guys because the relationship and the time that you take to build that relationship with recruiters, with someone else that's taking 30 to 50% of your rate, you can take that same energy and build it with a leader that will hire you directly. And you get all your money. You know what I mean? Like you're already doing it, but with somebody else. Number two, you want to comment and post on news and training topics in your industry. I'm not talking about training topics like a cat video or something silly on TikTok or whatever like that, because LinkedIn is not the type of platform for silly video. And then third, you want to post on topics about your expertise. Let me give you a few examples of mine here. This is a post that I made. I just talked about my daughter. This is my oldest kid. She's 16. She's part of DECA. DECA is like an entrepreneur competition program for high school students. They go there, they present, and they can go to national, international, and all of the different ranks. And I just share her story. And over 1,000 people saw this. I had 31 engagement with likes, thumbs up, 16 comments. I had 3 reposts. And then I linked Deca here. So that also shared on Deca's page as well. And I had a lot of different engagement and people connecting with me from this post. Another post that I made, and guys, this is probably over 60,000 right now. And like I said, go check my LinkedIn. I know many times it's easy to say, oh, you have a big following, you have this, so it works for you. No, I don't. I'm a living proof. So this guy is over 59,000. And I just talked about my expertise in how to position yourself as a data analyst. This is a story of one of my students that I engaged with, and I just shared that and I changed a few things out so that it doesn't express her specifically. And I had so many people who reached out to me based on this post. And I want to share this with you because I don't talk about this in details in this masterclass here. But if you see this link here, that's how people will engage with you. Once they come to your post, and then you have a link in your post that says, hey, start here, or you want to know more, book a call with me. That is the key. That's one of the keys. That's one of the strategies for people to start connecting with you. They will see your post first, your content, before they ever come to your page. You know what I mean? Yes. Do I put the link there right away when I post? No, you do not. Great question. You want to allow the LinkedIn algorithm to push you out as much as possible. So give it about a day or so. I like to say average at least 300 impression, and then you put a link there. So for this one, I didn't see it until like a couple of days later. It was already at 20,000 impressions. Then I put the link, and people book with you directly. Great question. You're welcome, Adam. So again, you can create months of content. Just that took me less than 15 minutes to put those content together and just share a thought. And I'm going to go back a little bit because you can use AI to help you generate your content. But I want to share this with you. LinkedIn and how people consume information is really important. You want to use 8 to 10 lines when you make content. It's just easier to consume. Sometimes you can go a little over when it's something really deep you're teaching, but keep it short so people can easily skim it, they can read it and save it and come back to it later. So, like I said, you can use AI to generate months of content for yourself. And this is exactly what I talked about how people consume information. You share your insight here that I talked about your insight, your stories, your framework. You couple it with what LinkedIn rewards. I shared with you the three different types of posts that LinkedIn likes. And then how clients consume information. What type of information are they looking for, your ideal customer? You couple that out, and that is how you start building your pipeline where people come to you. Inbound pipeline. This is how you do it. It takes no time, and the reward is just forever, like, it's always marketing for you. You're not spending money on ads, and this is where people go that need real solution. People are not going on TikTok to find a IT consultant. They're going there to shop, TikTok shop, whatever, or look at funny videos, you know what I mean? But they're not going there to find IT consultants. People go on LinkedIn to find IT consultants. So it's so critical that we're on this platform. You're already on there. You're just attracting recruiters. So we talked about attract. Now let's talk about how to convert. And the easiest method that I like to teach when it comes to this, because there are different strategies. But here, the best way is that the best sales people do not sell, they diagnose. And I want to share the story of when you have an issue with your car, there's a problem with it. Maybe it's a transmission issue, and you take it to mechanic. What do they do? Can anyone tell me what a mechanic does? Yep, they do a diagnostic. Great. They tell you when and where the problem is. Yep, they tell you all of that. They don't just jump to say, oh, hey, I think this will be $60,000. I don't know. I'm just throwing out a number. Right? They do a diagnostic for you because the key of the diagnostic is that they're going to check everything else on that car. They're going to check the tires. They're going to check your spark plugs. What else on cars? We talked about transmission, your brakes pad, like everything else. They're going to check it. And then they provide that report to you. And you, as the customer now, you determine which one you want to fix first. Clearly, you need their services. Like you went to a mechanic because you had the problem. But instead of them just saying, oh, that transmission would be 30,000. No, let me tell you everything else that's wrong. And then you let me know which one you want to couple together. So the reviewer with you, and then you go ahead and make the determination of what to fix first. And that's the exact same thing you can do with your business as a consultant. So I shared with you earlier how to position yourself. Your first offer, there's a couple of offers that I want you to have. The first offer to get someone through the door. And this is where the offer comes in, right? It makes sense, right? Because you're charging them, a typical engagement could be $10,000 for engagement with a consultant, or maybe 20,000, or even a monthly base, 1,000 a month, whatever that may be. But when you're building that trust with your customer, you want to start by doing a simple diagnostic. Hey, let me see how your business running. Let me do a analysis on it, and I can charge you $500. And write this down. Charge anywhere from $500 to $2,000 for your diagnostic. It's a low payment, and you get to spend time with your ideal customer. And that's the key, guys. It's not about the money. Yes, it's great to have that first offer paid for, but it's about the amount of time you're going to spend with your customer because they need to share things with you. If you're going to do analysis or diagnostic on their business process, on their code, so many different things on the price, your budget, whatever that may be, they have to share personal information with you. And then you have meetings where you review it with them. That's the goal. You're building a relationship through that entire process. And I highly recommend this method if you're not already doing it. I know a few consultants I spoke with started implementing it right away, and they saw drastic change in how to build the relationship with the customers and their signed contracts. Stage 4, how to convert. The goal is not to be a better salesperson. The goal is to provide a great diagnostic so that clients sell themselves. And another key thing I didn't say at the end of the diagnostic, you tell your customer that I will do this diagnostic for you. You can determine if you want to work with me to fix the problem or go somewhere else. Isn't that how the mechanic works with you? Like, they don't force you to get the work done. They provide you with all of the information. Oh, we have an offer on new tires. Let's just say if you want to get the new tires today, we have a 30% discount. Like, they provide you with all the information and you determine if you want to stay there or go somewhere else. That's the same model that you're doing for your IT consulting business. You build a relationship, you have the offer, you have a low level offer to get them in the door with you before you upsell them to something else. The higher the transaction, the more trust is required. And I had to put this here because it's that exact trust that the recruiters have with your ideal customers, guys. They trust them. And you can definitely have that same trust with them because you are the expert. So the higher the transaction, the more trust is required. Wouldn't it be great if leads trusted you before they even met you? That's where it starts by building that authority on LinkedIn. When you are the authority, you have permissions to charge more for your value. Definitely. The trust become even more during the diagnostic assessment. How incredible would it be if you only needed 2 to 5 direct clients a month to earn 500K a year? How incredible would it be? That is possible, guys. When you become a consultant, the game isn't to have hundreds of clients starting up when you're building your agency. Have 2 to 5. And if you're able to handle that yourself and handle those projects, because you're not selling by the hour, you're selling on outcome. If somebody hire you to do process analysis for their company and for a certain project they're working on, they don't need you to work 8 hours like an employee. They do not. It's just that mindset that we've been trained to have. So if you're able to manage those contracts all by yourself, manage it or bring in somebody else. And that's how you start building your own consulting agency. So everything we just covered points to one outcome, guys. Attracting high value IT clients directly without chasing job postings, without waiting on recruiters, without a middle person taking a cut of every dollar that you earn. Yes, Thea, it's possible. That is possible. You can definitely do it. So here is what other consultants are saying. I finally stopped waiting on recruiters and started taking control of my own pipeline. The system and the roadmap provided, I started implementing it right away and saw results. And then this is from a startup founder and a developer as well. It is not the product that sells, it's me. Guys, people buy from people they know. They want to trust you. They want to know that you understand their problem. Other than knowing you personally, you share a little bit of your personal experience, maybe a win in your first direct client that you received, or how you helped a company in whatever project that you worked on. Like, you don't need to share the company name. No. Sharing information doesn't mean you're going to explicitly put personal information out there. That is not what I'm saying. But just sharing the results that you provide and people come to you. Imagine what would happen if you actually took advantage of this and started implementing it. How your business would look. Knowing what to do doesn't always equal knowing how to do it. And that's where guidance come in. So without guidance, you're waiting on recruiters, you're doing the same things you've been doing, applying to job postings, posting on LinkedIn, not the right way, and not hearing anything back, cutting your race just to stay in the game and never knowing where your next contract is coming from. But with guidance, decision makers reach out to you with real opportunities. You build that relationship. A clear positioning statements that attract premium rate, a repeatable system that generates inbound leads without spamming people. You're confident to hold your rate because clients see your value. We're not about to have a race to the bottom, guys. And I've been there. I've been there when I was working with recruiters. I would tell myself, all right, I'm only going to charge $100 an hour. And then I get on the call with a recruiter and they're like, well, what's the lowest you can take? Can it potentially be $70, $80? And then I start taking my rate down. I've been there because I didn't know how to build these relationships. I want leaders to know my name and my company name. And I want to nurture them, send them information so that they know that I'm still here. At this point, you have two options. The first option is keep doing what you're doing, keep waiting on recruiters, keep applying a job posting, and keep hoping things change. The next option is to follow a proven system that can help you fix that in the next 30 to 90 days. And I want you to remember what brought you here. The feeling of not knowing where your next contract is coming from. How many of you guys have been here? I know I have. Up late at night or early morning. Maybe now we're doing it on our phones instead of computers. Hitting easy apply to every job posting out there on LinkedIn. Yep, I see Adam. So on LinkedIn, and you're just like uncertain, like where my contract's gonna end in a month, or maybe your contract already ended. I've met consultants who've been out of work for 2 years, and I'm so sorry that you're going through that, right? And it's all come down to positioning. Like, you have years of experience. All you need to do is pick the system that will help you position yourself clearly and get the engagement with the right audience. So I put something special together specifically for you guys that are on this training today. Do y'all want to see it? Let me see you put it in the chat. Okay, I already see. Yes, please. Yes, I love it. Yes. So I put together the 10K IT contract challenge. And this is going to be a live 5-day event where we walk through each day, help you position your expertise into a high value consulting offer in 5 days. We're going to walk through it hand in hand. You're going to get feedback from me each step of the way. And every day you have homework in how to position yourself. So here are the 5 days. Discover your hidden assets. Find your expertise hidden inside that your clients can pay 10K plus for. Day 2, we're going to package that offer. Turn what you know into something clear, compelling, and easy to buy. Day 3, we price it out with you and stop competing for price. Day 4, you get found by the right client. By day 4, you're going to start pitching your offer. I'm going to walk you through to start pitching to your ideal customer. Like, we're not playing doing this challenge. It's called a challenge for a reason. And I want you to come prepared to implement each step. Day 5, turn your conversations into signed clients, guys. Your repeatable system to move forward to start getting the right clients. Are y'all ready for this? Yes. So by day 5, this is all you're going to have: a high value IT consulting offer, a simple plan to attract your clients, a repeatable system for turning qualified conversation into signed contract. You're going to have clarity on what to charge decision makers, how to talk to them, confident to land a 10K and beyond contract, and build your direct pipeline with decision makers. And then the foundation to scale your business, your agency beyond one client, one contract, and one recruiter at a time. You're no longer going to have to depend on recruiters or job posting because you're having those conversations with the direct ideal client. Okay. And for 5 days, you join the VIP. It's $297. You have 5 days with me live, private community doing the challenge. You get my 260K direct client proposal template as a bonus. You have access to the session recording for the duration of the challenge. And then you have daily pre-training Q&A session with me one-on-one with a group. So for $297, this is what it includes. 5 days, I'm walking through it with you guys, hand in hand. There's no guessing game here. I'm going to pour out everything that's in my head onto you and your business to take it to the next level. And then you can join as a general admission as well. You get all of that, but you don't get access to the recording, and then you don't get access to the pre 1 hour Q&A session, right? I'm going to put the link in the chat for you guys right now. And I want to be clear as we go through this as well. The VIP is limited to a few spots because I want to be intentional of the people that come to it so that I can be able to spend more time on positioning themselves. So when a VIP runs out, it runs out. So here is our money back guarantee. I call it better than a money back guarantee. During the challenge, you show up, you have your cameras on, you engage with the material, you come to work. And if you do not walk away with more value and start pitching your offer by day 4, we give you full refund, no question asked. Like I mentioned, you get my direct client proposal framework as a bonus once you sign up. And while some of you are signing up right now and going through the link, I'm going to go through a few questions that I get. What if this does not work for me? I get this question sometimes. And then I have to just say, stop asking what if it doesn't work for you, because it will. You're already providing that offer, but you're just going through a recruiter. Like literally, you're providing your expertise. If you're an employee right now, I get a few people that are employees. You're employed. They hire you for your expertise. And you can stay employed while you build your consulting business on the side. I strongly encourage that. I do not encourage anyone to leave a safety net and just jump right into entrepreneurship. I do not have time. You don't have time because you're spending chasing recruiters who may never call you back. So the time that's needed is 1 hour, 5 days. If you get the VIP, it's 2 hours each day after work hours. It's at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we dive into your business to grow it to the next level. I cannot afford it. I had to put this in here. It's $297. The level you could land a 10K contract. Even if you land a $500 diagnostic to $2,000, you've already paid for the challenge. So this is like a no-brainer, but I had to put it here. I need to think about it. Of course, think about it. The challenge starts on June 22nd. You have till then. And this is the first time I'm actually running a challenge, by the way, because I've seen so many people request this as they come through my masterclass. They want more one-on-one hand holding each day, going through their offers and being able to pitch it alongside with me. How long is this offer available? I've already said this. It starts June 22nd. It's a fixed date. So every day that you wait is less time that you'll be able to get into the VIP. I will start in a few months. Again, just putting it out there. Go ahead and make the decision that's best for you. Can I start direct consulting when I am already working for another consulting firm? I love this question, and I get it too. Absolutely, yes. The first thing that you need to look at is they do not compete in that consulting policy that they gave you. When you sign with any consulting company, when they place you with a customer, you cannot work with them for a length of a time. Usually it's 2 years, sometimes it's 3 years. But it's really important to know that and follow that. You can work with other customers while you have that role, but you just can't work with those customers directly. But time goes by so fast. I literally went through that as I was going through my building my business, that 2 years go by so fast. You keep that customer information, and when the time comes, you reach back out to them after your contract ends. I only have 2 or 3 years of experience. Can I still go independent? Absolutely. You can have 1 years of experience. Like, you have the expertise. Like, if you have a job, if you ever had a job in that expertise, you know what you're doing. Now it's all about positioning yourself so you can control your income. That's so important. Control your time, because you don't have to work 80 hours. You don't have to work 5 days a week while you build your company. Oh, good question. That was my question. That's awesome. So I want you to stop and imagine 30 days from now being part of this 5-day challenge, what that would do for your business, what that would do for the project that you have in your pipeline, the relationship you build with your ideal customer. You're not stressing about where your next contract is coming from. The name of the game as a consultant is relationship building. And I've taught you through our time together right now different ways to build that relationship through the diagnostic, through being present on LinkedIn, through your positioning, how to set up your offers, all of that. That's what it means to be a real consultant and not depend on recruiters that take a huge portion of your rate. I want that to just set in for you guys to think about a little bit. All right. So I promise you all a last bonus, and we're going to put that in the chat right now. This is the 100 fastest hiring companies. There we go. And then as we go through this, I just want to remind you, you already have the expertise. All now you need to do is follow the system. So I want to bring up the challenge page. And can y'all see this page? Yes. Awesome. This is the challenge page. It starts June 22nd, 5 days challenge. You go down and you click the button. It brings you down to the 297 offer where we're working together 5 days in a row. And then you go here and put in your information, and then you'll get emailed the next step. Just that easy. So hope to see you guys all on the 10K IT contract challenge. I hope y'all have a great night. Those of you who are interested in the challenge, I will see you in the challenge. Y'all have a great, great night.